Hey there, it's Matt. I have been dealing with troubling insecurities, and while they don't always reflect in my mind, there are certainly moments where they particularly do. And so much of it revolves around my YouTube channel. As sad as it makes me, because I know that every single time that I record, I'm doing it with my purest of intentions. My simple hope is to gratify myself. Yet it seems that I cannot stop I cannot stop fixating. I cannot do anything but fixate on what I feel are troubling statements that I've put forward. It makes me think a lot of things. This would have to do with things that I have experienced, things that I consider to be presumable truths. I've never attempted to lie. I've never attempted to deceive with my YouTube videos. Yet it seems that if you are so caught up in other people's perspectives that you cannot simply appreciate your own, maybe there's a problem with that. You know, I guess this video, most of all, would be to hopefully in some way cure or soothe this palpable, huge feeling that I'm doing something wrong. And I don't know how I would accomplish that. That I'm doing something wrong with my YouTube channel, that I'm doing something wrong by putting forward the expression that I do put forward. You know, I lost a subscriber, and it's not such a big deal, really, but it really struck me when it happened, because there's the obvious spiel of I value everyone. And therefore, one person being gone it is almost like a valued proposition to gain subscribers. So one person being gone means it is noticed for such a small channel. Really kind of a fine thing, because people should be allowed to do what they want, but still kind of disheartening. But honestly, I feel in that moment I really understood it, because I started thinking to myself, what does my channel mean? What does it mean now? The thing is in so many ways, it is simply the truth that these are vlogs, and their diaries and their expressions of self. And ultimately, every single time I record, I do not overthink it. I simply speak my mind. Therefore, how could it be anything but, right? But a small part of me feel so insecure at how other people could see my videos as trying to paint an agenda or trying to form some kind of picture of preemptive success, given some things I've spoken of in the past that honestly, every single time I speak upon, the grandiose, godlike subject, I feel I'm tainting another video. See, this is precisely the point. That's despite all of the things that happen to me daily. That's despite the things I've heard, even have experienced. That is despite my truth. And that's really disheartening, actually. To me personally, if I look at it objectively, I find it understandable, but yet disheartening. It's very disheartening, more than anything else. Because maybe we shouldn't worry so much as a populace. Because I know this perspective of mine plays into the bigger picture, and maybe we shouldn't worry so much as a populace about or look like or hype or acceptance within the life that we live is our own personal truths and our own personal actions and our own satisfaction should be derived from the logical perspective of enjoying something. Like, how do I say this? It doesn't make sense to me that bullying would satisfy someone. Music, it makes too much sense. Bullying, it doesn't. Judgments, callousness, I just don't understand. Yet, these seem to be such massive parts of reality, which kind of makes you think about the perspective on the other side, And one thing's for sure, I cannot beat myself up for what it is that I say, because it is harmless. I'm not antagonizing. I'm not hurting someone, so what's the point? I'm simply speaking. I'm in my room and I'm speaking, and no one is bothered. If someone wishes to be bothered by my words, then I wish them well. Let them. But certainly there's a point to be made in pacifism and how it doesn't form antagonism, Pacifism is simply a stream of, not necessarily kindness, but I mean, it is a stream of, how do you put it really? Other than, maybe if the entire world were pacifistic, maybe there wouldn't be such a thing as wars and violence. Because the point of the law-abiding citizen is that he is a pacifist, and in so many ways that is kind of the truth, really. It's not the entire truth, because you can be confrontational. This is interesting, because I didn't have the exact right view on this. I was talking to my mom and my stepdad, and he's a beautiful guy. That guy, his name's David, and only recently entered the family. It's been like a year, 2 years or something. And he told me how in life, there are you can be instigative, you can be uh, a debater, a confrontational person, and maybe that is more than pacifism. Maybe that is more important than pacifism. Maybe that is a genuinely needed recourse in life, in terms of evolving us as a species and in terms of bettering our prospect, that pacifism simply does not provide. To say that the whole world should be pacifistic, well, maybe that's just wrong. Because the implication of pacifism is that it is laid back, is that it is so succinct, because it is simply enlightened, because at the end of the day, it flows like an ocean. It is a breeze, and it is just comfortable, and it doesn't hurt anyone. But the thing is to put words forward that are provocative and that really make you think, it's not such a bad thing. So in that sense, perhaps this YouTube channel of mine has been going well. It's been going really well, because ultimately I'm being fairly to very provocative with some of the statements I've put out there. There are very grand implications to some of the statements I've put out there. But that just because you've been like that does not mean that that is not appropriate. Does not mean that that is not valued, especially. We kind of, in this weird, distant way, can kind of associate with drama. And drama gets seeked out all of the time, but I could say that's one of the, probably along the lines of the more so troubling parts of society. Probably, it's kind of a complicated thing, really, for me. But anyways, with that said, I think I'm gonna go. So you are all valued and cherished, and I guess the point this time around, that would be that maybe I'm valued and cherished as well to myself, because I really haven't been as sure as I should be about that. Thank you, and be well.